PPP, EIDL, SBA loans, what can and can't you do with them, and what exactly are they? What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Fervent Four. Did you know that only 4% of businesses ever cross the annual $1 million revenue mark? I'm Zack Miller, author of Anomaly, and with me today, I have my co-host, Tim Ryan, lead man at StartWheel.org. Thank you so much for joining us. The Fervent Four is a weekly show each and every Thursday at 11 a.m. dedicated to sharing insights into growing a world-class business, no matter the climate. The Fervent Four is powered by the SBDC, which helps local small businesses grow through counseling and resources. If you're interested in learning more on how the SBDC can help your business, head to startwheel.org/weekly. Mike Austin has decades of financial and banking experience and is an expert in SBA loans. Welcome to the show, and thanks for tuning in. Hello.
Hey, Zack. Hey, Mike.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, good.
All right, so it's 2020, July 2nd, 2020. I think that as we do this, it's important to say the date often because things have been changing so much this year. I guess the first question I have is, it's July 2nd, 2020. In your banking history, in your financial history over the last decades, has there been anything so unknown that you can recall as 2020 in terms of financial and business terms?
This is unprecedented in my almost 4 decades of doing small business loans. Keep in mind that typically with SBA loan programs, it takes the agency 6 to 12 months to roll out a new set of guidelines. The PPP program was stood up in about a week's time. And unfortunately, the first efforts at the program showed the rapid rollout. And the EIDL program was a modification of a long-standing physical disaster loan program. And the first rollout of that program had a lot of the same problems that the PPP had. They've adjusted, or the SBA has addressed and fixed some of those, but it's a ever constant changing landscape we're dealing with.
So it's a good thing that they were able to roll them out quicker than ever before, because a lot of people would say that government agencies typically take forever, like you said, to roll something out. So it was good that they could get it out, but then there's all these kind of asterisks next to it, I guess.
Oh, yeah, definitely. With PPP, there have been 48, not changes per se, but updates to the program that the SBA has sent out since it was first rolled out. So that gives you an example of how it's kind of a continuing work in process.
And that's 48 in roughly 100 days. So you're talking about, I don't even know what to say to that. Like, that's just a ridiculous stat.
Yeah. And I'm trying to keep up with all those changes so we can let the members of our network, the SBDC network, know what's going on so we can better advise our clients.
Well, and that was one of the things that was tough. Like, we've wanted you on for weeks, but it was like, can we do this at a time when we have a little bit better known? and then you told us just a couple seconds ago that a lot's changed in the last 24 hours. So it's everything we were going for is already like thrown out the door.
Yeah.
So.
When we first started talking about this, we picked this date, I think in part because the PPP program was going to end as of June 30th. So then we could talk exclusively, if you will, about the forgiveness process. Well, guess what? Congress has come out in the last 2 days and approved an extension to the deadline till August 8th. It has not been signed by the president yet, but it's anticipated that he will sign it.
Meaning people can still apply for another 38 days. Is that?
New applicants will be able to apply through August 8th. Yes, if once the measure's signed.
So based on that, companies that have not applied for PPP, would you recommend that they do so?
In most circumstances, yes. There might be a few odd situations where it doesn't make sense, but I think the PPP will continue to go through changes. But I think it's well recommended that people take another look at it if they haven't applied already.
And what if they've applied and were denied? Are those companies able to reapply?
I think they would need to first figure out why they were denied, because the PPP is a loan program where the lender approves the loan and then the SBA guarantees it. So they would need to check back with their lender and say, hey, what happened? What did I do wrong? What can I fix? Is it something I can fix? And if so, they should go through the process.
Interesting. So, I mean, that's one of the things that we've talked about before in previous meetings is the importance of having that relationship with your banker, and that seems to be very true in this case with PPP.
Yeah, with PPP rolling out again, it's not known which banks, if any, are going to continue to offer the PPP, because it's an option on the part of each bank whether or not they participate. So that's one thing a borrower needs to do if they're interested in the program, is find out if their bank is going to offer these again. And if not, they need to kind of check in the market and see if there are other banks that are doing it. And also, they may want to go to the internet and look at some of the fintechs that have been pretty active in the PPP world since they were permitted to get involved about 6 to 8 weeks ago.
Roughly how much money is still available? Because that last time I checked, it was multiple billions.
Oh, yeah. When the program went into sunset on the 30th of June, there was approximately $130 billion left in the program, which is one of the main reasons why Congress said, hey, let's keep the program viable, because they didn't have to provide any more funding for it.